Ready? Go! Ready? Go! Success!
Most of us, I know, hate waking up in the morning. Just hearing that fucking alarm every goddamn time, every goddamn 2 minutes, you put on fucking snooze, it goes off again, and then it fucking keeps you going over and over again until you get up, or you don't, and then you miss your fucking time. That shit sucks. But you know what's even more irritating? Waking up significantly earlier than your alarm. That's when you know that you've lost more sleep than you've planned out. But in those two instances, you have the option of hitting that snooze. You have the option of not staying awake and going back to sleep. This morning, I had that choice. I had that choice of, do I want to go back to sleep or do I want to stay up? But like Reggie would say, rest in pieces, my friend, now that you're no longer with Nintendo, my body was ready. Today, I wanted to talk about opportunity. A lot of people miss out on not being ready for that opportunity, because we choose to turn it down every time. I too had trouble, even in an abundant job market. As a software engineer, firmware engineer, whatever, computer engineer, I had an abundant market to deal with. And you'd think that coming straight out of college, that means I got a fucking job lined up for me. And I did. Why? Because I decided to apply early. I decided to have an internship early. But it wasn't that easy. I still had to fail. I still had to see the same things everybody else does, just on a different scale. But what I did wrong, and even though I was lucky, was what I think I could pass down, and why I think it's so hard for most people that I know who can't get a job even in their job markets with the cursed degrees. Just asking the question, why didn't I get it last time? Back then, I used to think getting the job was it. You're fucking set. You're gonna have a fucking paycheck. You don't have to worry about a goddamn thing. It's crazy to know that difference that I am from back then to where I am now. Back then, if I knew that all I had to do was connect to the people that was in the interview, even if I failed the interview, back then if I knew that all I needed to do was be a better and more skilled person than I was before I applied, I would have had no problems at all applying. In fact, I think that was the issue of why it was so difficult for me to just jump jobs back then. It wasn't the fact that I didn't have those years of experience. I just didn't have anything to show for. I didn't prove to the other interviewers that this is exactly what I need to give away. And I think it's a problem because we always say, oh man, my degree has no value in this job market. Bullshit. Alright, well, even if you think it does have no value, you have decided to agree with that belief, and you've already given up before you have even tried. There's a quote by Denzel Washington: if you don't fail, you're not even trying. And what he means is you're gonna fucking fail over and over again. And while he was giving this speech, he said this as he was presenting his case of failing audition after audition after audition. And this wasn't him just saying, hey, I'm failing. It was him saying, I'm failing and I'm improving. I'm failing and I'm improving. It was a process that even I missed out on. Even as I was improving my lifts, even as you'll see from these PRs from my squats, my max came from failing at the highest weight that I could fail at. In other words, I had to go down from the weight that I failed at. But if I didn't know where I would fail at, then it wouldn't help at all. And so I think it's the best thing to pass down that failure is not something we should be afraid of, like Denzel Washington was saying. In fact, we should be using this to show us we need to prepare better. We need to maybe change our angle. From what I said before, if I just use my interviews instead of trying to get the job, but instead of trying to connect with the employers, then maybe next time they had a job lined up, I would be first in line. Maybe if I improved myself after failing and not even getting the interview, then the next time I submitted, I would be in front of the line. Things like this is why 99 or whatever % of the people in the line that you're competing against are all the same type of people, and why you're not standing out. Or why I wasn't standing out to begin with. So I know today is a squat PR, and I wanted to pass down this information, but this is something that I think is really relevant to the fact that these PRs that I'm doing this week can't just happen out of thin air, right? It means that I have to fail at a certain point. And you can't reach your maximum weight if you're not willing to fail at that maximum weight. So instead of trying to worry about, hey, am I going to break my PR from last time? No, I had to say, where is my failure point? And keep going up and up and up, climbing and climbing, just how any other progression works. I know there's plenty of you that have this down in maybe different worlds. Maybe it's gaming, maybe it's other hobbies or whatever else you do in club sports. But it's all the same. I forget who said it, but somebody said, once you learn how to be good at something, you learn how to be good at everything else that you do. And that's it. That's all we need. In either case, I hope today's message was helpful in some way, and I hope you enjoyed watching my PR in some way. Let me know. I'm hoping to give better angles and better footage next time, but I hope you enjoyed this episode of 75 Hard. Please leave the feedback. Hit that like, dislike, I don't care. Just hit the buttons, man. I'm looking for feedback, at this point. Appreciate the comments I'm getting so far. It's good to connect with you guys again. And I'm looking forward to making more of these videos. I will see you guys again for day 23, I believe. This is 22 of 75 Hard. Let's check out the progress.